Good morning everyone. This is Kamikawa Kalen. Lie like exhaling, is this. It is a word that accurately expresses the state of ghetto, telling lies without any confusion. Last time, German Heidemann at the 2012 London Olympics, Russian Sotnikova at the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics, reported that he had been unjustly threatened and harassed by Koreans. Japanese players have also been relentlessly harassed by Koreans many times. In particular, one person who was dressed from Koreans to criminal level swaying clothes and shook his life. I'm Naoya Tomita, a swimmer. Tomita is a former Japanese swimmer who specializes in breaststroke. He is from Tokai City, Aichi Prefecture. He graduated from Chukyo University after attending Toyokawa High School. September 25, during the 2014 Asian Games, Tomita did not participate in the competition, so he went to Incheon Munzaru Stadium to support other players. Reporter is away from Yonhap News Agency's camera EOS 1DX. It was reported that he removed the lens and stole only the body. On September 26, he participated in the 50 meters breaststroke and lost the qualifying. Later that day, he was questioned by the Nambu police station in Incheon and admitted to the crime. He stated that he wanted it the moment he saw it, saying that he wanted it. The damaged item was found in the bag of Tomita's room in the Olympic Village. He was banished from the Japanese team and suspended from South Korea. On September 29, the Incheon District Prosecutor's Office announced Tomita was punished with a fine of 1 million won for theft. During the Asian Games, and because the victims did not want to be punished, there was an option to suspend prosecution. Given the high price of the damaged goods, we punished them as much as Korean citizens. Tomita, when leaving Gimpo International Airport on October 1, was in front of the gathered press. He bowed, "I'm very sorry for making a lot of noise this time." Incheon District Inspection. On November 6, we submitted a written opinion to the Incheon District Court to serve a copy of the informal order to Tomita. Tomita was able to seek a formal trial within 7 days of receipt of any objections. The prosecutor's office said that the Japanese team officials were checking the images from the surveillance cameras. There is no such fact. At a later date, it was judged that the proof of the suspicion was not a problem at all. However, Tomita said, the camera was screwed into the bag by a third party, as described later. "I temporarily pleaded guilty in South Korea so that I would not be banned from leaving the country." He claimed innocence after he returned to Japan. The Incheon District Court found the crime of theft and convicted it. Tomita held a press conference in Nagoya on November 6, 2014. He complained that he never stole the camera. Tomita is, the Korean police interrogation was treated as a criminal from the beginning. The interpreter said, "If you don't approve, you may be left in Korea." He wasn't given the opportunity to speak properly. The JOC said, 2 JOC staff members were shown the video of the surveillance camera by the Korean police. "I have confirmed the appearance of the player who puts the camera in the bag. Japanese staff are always present for local interrogations. There was no problem with the ability of the interpreter who was present." It shows a different view from Tomita's explanation. Tomita's lawyer, Takejiro Kunita, "When I called Mr. Aoki's home, the leader of the team, I haven't seen any images from the hidden camera. He only received the report. They said, even when I went to the JOC, I couldn't tell the truth. I saw the decisive scene of the crime. I wonder who the Japanese confirmed. I insist." Tomita at the press conference on November 6, a man of East Asian descent in green trousers put a camera in his bag. Insisted. At that time, he said, the height next to the main pool is about 70 centimeters. The height and width are about several meters each. Trouble with an Asian man that occurred in a long and narrow rectangular pedestal. Attorney Kunita explains in detail using dozens of photographs demonstrated by Tomita himself. After that, at the third trial, the original of the security camera, actually it was processed, not the original, was released. TV Asahi reporter, "Make sure the person in the video isn't around and pull his pouch with his right hand. Put the black one on his left back in his pouch. He was seen taking away immediately. No Asian man has been identified." Reported. About the person in the video, the judge he pointed out, "I can't confirm if it's the same as Tomita." Tomita said, "I was really happy with that presiding judge's position." Tomita at the press conference, "Trouble that happened on the pedestal forced a strange man to push something like garbage. It is said. A part of the security camera was released on Tokai TV in February 2015. A person in whitish shorts had his bag in the press seat. The video prepared by the prosecution was partially edited and it is an unclear image of the image displayed on the monitor retaken with another camera. The time of the captured video pointed to 11:50. Kosuke Kitajima talks about a series of uproar about theft allegations. He did not reveal his judgment as, no comment, a player who works hard as a junior and a player. I support him in many ways. I'm talking Netty's physical education on a Chinese sports site, while Tomita said that he was forced to put the camera in his bag by a third party in front of him. He pointed out the contradiction of his remarks as to why he brought the bag home on his own initiative, and told the Korean side, "If you publish the camera image rather than refute it, the facts will be revealed in a way that everyone can understand." Commented. At the second trial held at the Incheon District Court on February 2, 2015, a mess arose. The prosecution applied for submission as evidence at the first trial a security camera image that is said to show the scene of theft. Defendant claimed that the footage was unclear and was not adopted as evidence. The submission of complete video evidence has been postponed to the next trial. Tomita's lawyer, unless there is a series of actions from start to finish that the person stole the camera. He is not proof. The court interpreter was absent due to a wrong schedule. Tomita finished the trial with, "I don't know." The content of the hearing was hardly explained in Japanese. At the third trial on April 9, a clearer security camera image was screened than before. The judge said, "I was able to confirm that there was no third party in the vicinity. I was able to see someone opening the bag and putting in a black object," he said. Whether or not the person in the video is Tomita will be examined in the future. The prosecution said, there was no one other than Tomita who could do this based on video analysis. With a policy to prove that, the judge points out that, it cannot be confirmed whether it is the same as Tomita. Before the trial, Tomita's lawyer said about the video of the security camera. He said, "He was seen walking in the direction of the camera, but I've heard that he hasn't stolen any footage, such as putting it directly in his bag." It was confirmed at trial that the man in the video put a black object in his bag. The Korean police initially insisted, "I tried to insert the camera and it didn't fit, so I removed the lens and inserted only the main body." Furthermore, unlike the 20 to 30 minute video of hiding the bag in clothes and leaving, since it is unknown whether the black object in the image is a camera, many Korean media reported that the prosecution lacked evidence. Tomita requested the submission of the investigation results regarding the fingerprints of the victim's camera lens. On May 28, 2015, the Incheon District Court found the crime of theft as requested by the prosecution. He was found guilty and sentenced to a fine of 1 million won. Tomita's allegation that appealed for the existence of a third party, as third parties are admitted not to be seen in security cameras. The process of obtaining stolen goods and the behavior after obtaining them are strange and unbelievable, he dismissed. Tomita, after the judgment, he insisted, "I'm sorry. I never stole," but on June 4 in Nagoya City, "Even though this video came out and the judge told me that he wasn't me, I was sad to be convicted. There is no point in doing any more. I thought I would end up guilty without appealing." He announced at a press conference that he would not appeal, and the fine was confirmed on May 28. Yoji Ochiai wrote a blog post on May 29 that he was guilty of, "The court's decision is rational." Masaru Wakasa against Yukon Fuji, the mystery of objective facts and excuses became a big point. In both cases, the judgment of the Incheon District Court was valid. It was a case like the one above, but to be clear, it's a terrible false charge. Sinned by someone malicious in a foreign land, treated as a criminal without understanding the language. There is a video, Jock admitted, "You cannot return to Japan without admitting the crime. If you admit the crime, I will return it immediately. I was deceived by false testimony and sweet words, and accepted the false statement." Once admitted, it was completely criminalized at a later festival. The innocent Japanese would never have thought that the police would lie. In response to this ruling, on October 30, 2014, the Japan Swimming Federation decided to dispose of Tomita. "I handed over her deregistration. His swimming life is over." At a later date, a video of evidence that Tomita brought back the camera was released. Let's take a look.
記者席に座ったロシア選手が 下は白っぽいズボン。会場の電光掲示板は11時50分を指している。やがて左側の記者席付近で立ち止まる。しばらくその場を動かない。すると一度防犯カメラから外れるとすぐに戻り記者席に座った。持っていたカバンを椅子に置いたようにも見える。そして3つ目のカメラは問題の記者席を正面から捉えていた。検察側はこの映像が富田選手がカメラを盗んだ瞬間だと見ている。フード脇の記者席に座った人物、この後ある動きを見せる。上半身を後ろに倒し起き上がる。そして再び立ち上がり歩き始めた。この人物は後ろを向いて何をしていたのか。その後別の角度からフルサイドを映したカメラには選手らしき人物2人が合流し歩いていく姿を捉えていた。
I was surprised to see this, but there were some parts where the image quality was quite poor, so my honest impression was, I often used this kind of video as the criminal. Besides, in this video, it certainly looks like you're pulling out something from your bag. The shape of the head of the alleged criminal of the video is while the skeleton of the head is rather solid, it was totally different from the clean head shape of Tomita's back of the head. So even now, I'm wondering why it proved guilty. Moreover, the image of the problem was shaking even though it was a surveillance camera. You shot the video from the surveillance camera with another camera, right? Such a thing is not accepted even as evidence. I think it's just proof that you're trying to forge. Also, the date and time of shooting was not in the video, so the question remained here as well. In this way, this case was found guilty without any definite evidence, including motives. If he was falsely accused, it would be a terrible story. When you go abroad, Japanese ideas don't work and the law is different. The only thing I can say is that if you go to Korea, if you're not doing it no matter what you say, you should never admit it. At the same time, don't sign documents that you don't understand. And never trust the other person, including the police and judges. The Japanese are too vulnerable to crime. I can only think that it was aimed at that. It is necessary to recognize that the other party is trying to despise the Japanese and is planning from the beginning. Lie like exhaling, the Japanese, and people all over the world, should never forget this word. Don't be fooled by Korean lies. That's all.